Zero.
Hello, everyone.
Everybody.
Dancing hands.
Cross. Hello, Cross. Mia. Hey, Mia. I see Steve. I see a Steve, but I think that might have been a test run.
Yeah, that's a
No,
test.
Name that a lot of people have. So hello.
Audio is good. Thank you, Mia. Audio is good, she says.
Lovely, lovely having people who will give us the heads up. Appreciate it. How's everyone today? Carl, Lisa, how is everyone?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I see a roof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Carl got roofied.
Good one. That's a good one. He's got the shingles and he got roofied.
Shingled and he got roofied. Oh, poor Carl.
So, hey, everyone, tell us what you're working on today. I think it's pretty clear. I'm continuing my book. Nice how. Oh, Carl's on his house. What are you working on?
I'm
Lisa?
still working on the winter build. Things have been a little wild around here lately, so I have been unable to get to the build as much as I would have liked. So
Yeah, actually, I need to find an alternative date for that before it's summer or something like that.
Sorry about that.
Hey, Cross,
I mean,
Cross was saying that Lisa was a little loud, so I turned it down in OBS. So don't do anything, Lisa. Cross, let us know if that's
no, that's just her. She's not loud. It's just her biblically accurate volume.
It's true. It's true.
well. I'm gonna start Bookie. Trying to record the crafting that I do stream.
So in response to Cross saying that Lisa deafens me, my question, my answer, my question is, what else is new?
So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, if we're talking about like the thumbnail, I was wondering, and this came up in my, as I ponder a lot. I do a lot of pondering.
Ponder.
It's ponderous around here. I was, because there was talk on a lot of Discord chats and stuff about different types of genre for role playing games, and why we have a preference for some but not others, and how different genres will speak to us. For instance, I can play sci-fi games and have played sci-fi games and enjoyed them, but as a genre, it's not my go-to. I don't typically. That's not the one that speaks to me the most. I am a fantasy horror gamer before I am sci-fi or cyberpunk or even modern for that matter. And I was just curious from other people why, well, if you have that same thing, and why. What do you think it is that draws you to whatever genre that you do seem drawn to? I'm going to pick on Carl first.
Thank you for picking on Carl first.
Okay, so it's kind of it might be a kind of a medium thing because, for example, I don't mind sci-fi war games, for example, but with the exception of post-apocalyptic, I'm not really fond of science fiction RPGs for some reason.
You're not.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I really like post-apocalyptic, but not sci-fi as in kind of Star Trek or that kind of thing.
Right. And do you know why that is? What is it? Is there something about it that pushes you away, or do you just tend to gravitate towards something else? If you know what
I
I'm
think
like.
it's mostly like sci-fi tends to have too much technology and jargon to like. It tends to be slightly more inconsistent in my experience, as in world building and so on. Like here is the plot device.
Okay.
What does it do? It advances the plot. Oh wow, okay. And after this episode, we shall never hear about it again.
Oh, yeah.
That's yes, in television. I get that. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, and what do you gravitate? I mean, you're a historical RPG player for sure. What do you usually gravitate towards in as far as what are your genres?
Mostly fantasy,
Okay.
or either that or dark fantasy. I mean, like I really like Conan the Barbarian.
You and my husband. Jeez Louise.
So mostly, yeah. I mean, like I like fantasy, but I especially like low fantasy, where really like there might be some magic. You're probably not
Mm-hmm.
getting any of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I
Again, I
swear
think
you
it's probably the
guys
same thing because like you cannot have a situation where you have magic solving everything. Like you know what I mean?
right?
So it's probably the
Right.
same thing as technology because again, high fantasy, it's usually like, oh yeah, we have the spell that fixes everything. Twinkle, twinkle.
Right. No, that's a fair argument. Um, that was going to be my next, well, isn't that the same thing that you get from magic that you got from your plot device
Pretty
in
much. Yeah.
sci-fi, which is yeah, exactly. Um, interesting. Okay.
The thing is that I think we're used to, okay, you can have a magic item or an artifact that does anything, but that would be pretty rare. Whereas it's much more common to have like a science thing that fixes everything. Know what I mean?
Right.
It's like the rules for sci-fi science are a lot less defined than the rules for magic in most systems, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
Mia,
that is kind of weird.
yeah, Mia was saying, for me, I like sci-fi versus fantasy mostly because it has always been a favorite genre in general, space opera
Mhm.
and post-apocalypse.
Mhm. Which is weird for me not liking it because me being a huge Star Trek fan and Doctor Who fan, you would think I would be very much into the whole sci-fi, role playing thing, but I'm not, and that's strange. Mia says fantasy is also something I played so much of, and she's kind of burned out on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
No, the other thing is, for example, when it comes to running games, I really find it difficult to run modern games, for example, mainly because it's like you have to account for lots of technologies and so on. It's like, oh, why is it not on camera? Why is it not on? How come? Did no one record this event? Whatever happened, you know what I mean?
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's not like the
Um,
80s where you could have things happening and no one has a detailed recording with GPS positioning of everything. You know what I mean?
That communication, that lack of being able to communicate with the outside immediately.
But that's more of a me GM problem rather than a problem with the genre. I'm sure anyone who knows what they're doing can probably work around it or with that.
Chris was saying sci-fi role playing is wonderful though. Likes all role playing. I mean, gaming. gaming is great. That's I think we all agree with that. But we're talking about the preferences. So yeah, Chris, definitely agree. Getting a chance to game is always the
Always.
plus. That's the default.
Yes, exactly. I absolutely, I have played and enjoyed many sci-fi, cyberpunk, modern games. As a matter of fact, I enjoyed um, the game that Chris ran, where we were on the island and then we were there for a dinner party, and it was a modern day where we took a boat and everybody had to and it was remote, so we didn't have cell phone activity, all that stuff. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. That was great.
Kind of like cyberpunk because it's kind of like the dark fantasy equivalent of sci-fi. Because there's that big super technology, but you're not getting it. You can't afford it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like when we played Neon Skies
Mm-hmm.
at the con. I mean that was fun. As I said,
Mm-hmm.
I
Absolutely.
yeah I didn't say yet, but I agree with Carl. I'm not really a sci-fi game role game player. That's not what I gravitate to. But it was very enjoyable.
So Mia says, when I run modern, I like to take it back to 60s or 70s. Yes, I think one of the things about the 60s and 70s, you don't have cell phones, you don't have that immediate um, social uh, personality available to you, where you can just get online and like, okay, here I am, I'm streaming from this place. But what I love about that part of history is the grainy quality of the pictures, and why when you look at the pictures of Nessie, you kind of like have to squint, but that's not going to do any good because it's just really, really grainy. And you're like, is it really? Isn't that a leg? you know?
This might possibly be very nasty, but are the 60s considered modern anymore? Like in the year of the Lord, 2026?
Of course it is. Of course it is, because I was born in the 60s. So yes, it's modern. Okay?
Well,
It's modern.
I mean the late 1800s are still considered modern times. A lot of times they talk about like the modern machinery, like the
the,
industrial
ear- ear-
revolution is sort of
the
still
early
modern.
modern period. Okay, fair enough.
The Cross was saying I prefer fantasy. I like media as escapism. Modern, even futuristic stuff with our same tech but more advanced just falls flat. I live with this junk. I don't want to play in that playground. Understood. Yeah, and he agreed with Pepper. Chris uh was saying, yep, same parts. Mia, when I run modern, I like to take it back. Yeah. Chris, I'm in a state of distracted awe over Carl's amazing textures on his structure. That inn is, and we like the alliteration. Oh, sort of a limp. That is really.
I still don't have a name for this.
Oh, Cross says nice retro settings can be super. Yeah, I mean, I think that might be one of the reasons that I like more. Well, more like horror. Number one, horror, but horror can be because I did see. I think Alien and Mothership. I actually just ordered Mothership.
Oh, did you?
Sort of do want to, but
Yeah.
um, the like things like Call of Cthulhu. So horror can be done either way. I
Yes.
do like not being able to reach out and get information without actually having to search for it and being able to contact other people without having specific restrictions in the way. So I do like that might be more fantasy types of play, but I consider Call of Cthulhu somewhat fantasy as well, just because a lot of the horrors are not horrors that are part of everyday life normally. And if they are part of everyday life, I do like horror that underground horror. You just have a feeling something's wrong.
Kind of where the setting is more grounded, you mean, kind of thing?
Right. The setting is quite grounded. And then you find out something, then trying to figure out how to either solve it, prevent it, or escape it.
Well,
So
that's opening up a whole new can of worms right there, because now we're talking about subgenres of, RPGs.
well, that's well. Then I will be quiet. I don't want to. I don't want to open anything else up.
You too late.
Too late. Chris says modern day settings are actually his least favorite time settings for investigative, like Call of Cthulhu. Yep. Even though I still like the now for pulp adventure RPG. And I do understand that, Chris. I'm sort of with that. Because we haven't played Regency. I'd like to. We have played Dark Ages. Did do the Dark Age. I don't think we finished it though. That was interesting. But I am I am interested in Regency because some of the mechanics and the stats are a little bit different.
No, I think personally that of all the various Call of Cthulhu games, I think Dark Ages actually loses a bit from the time setting. Because okay,
So
uh, let's say that you take someone from I don't know, Victorian period or Regency or what have you, right? Or even modern day, and you tell them there are demons in that hill over there, and most people today or in the 1800s, 1900s, tell you, you're crazy. If you do it in the Dark Ages, people will tell you, ah, yes, that sounds like a thing that could be possible.
I agree.
yes,
I agree that it didn't seem I think it didn't seem as scary, and I'm just quotes just because it's people believed it. It wasn't as out of the ordinary because people would tell tales about things that were like that. So I agree.
Uh, in a sense, it's less isolating because, like I said, you can talk to other people, and people would believe that it might be a thing. You can do it in modern games, for example, because yeah, you don't want to get locked up.
Chris says there's no bad time period for an eldritch tentacle horror.
excuse me, I have to do it. Tentacles. Okay, there we go. Done.
At least.
You.
I'm not saying it's a bad system or a bad time period, but you have to work a bit differently.
No, it's true. You do have to work it differently. But what the funny thing that I find about what you were talking about is, in different periods, how the people of that period would approach whatever situation. And you're saying, oh gosh, there's a demon in that house. I have played Dark Age games where they're like, oh yeah, yeah, just don't go in there. Just avoid that.
Reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we know he's there. Just don't go in there.
Yeah, use this charm, but the best thing is to just not go.
Yeah, just don't go. Yeah, you're an idiot to go in there. We know he's there. But as far as playability is concerned, for me, I mean, everybody has their own uh, go-to, I guess you could call it. But I find with sci-fi, and I'm not sure why this is, I feel more lost. I can't with fantasy for whatever reason and horror. It just comes to me. Things if I'm playing my character and I have to be um, if I have to improv a moment and I have to think of something that fits that genre on the fly, I can come up with stuff quickly in horror and fantasy, but put me in a sci-fi situation and I grasp at concepts. I can't put together things really quickly in my head.
Interesting.
So like in sci-fi, the warp coil, blah blah. I can't even do it now. I can't. put it together. But in sci or in horror or fantasy, you betcha I no problem. That's strange.
I think it might also be a case that, for example, in civilized sci-fi, let's say, for example, Star Trek, right?
Okay.
People are living in kind of an organized society.
Hmm.
So it might be a bit difficult for us, for example, to think, okay, how do we operate outside of what we would consider social norms today? It's like, is breaking and entering okay? Whereas in a fantasy game, would be just, yep, I'm going to pick that lock and I'm going to loot everything I find inside.
Yeah,
I
Very
murder.
don't know.
true.
Yeah, murder hoboing doesn't really work as well. Depending,
It's not just it's not just murder hoboing. I mean, it's like even things like, for example, how do you respond to someone who threatens you in the street? Uh, Today, it's probably, I don't know, look for help or I don't know. I don't know how things are handled over there, but basically in a sci-fi game, it might be handled more like you would do in the real world because it's more similar to what we're used to. So you end up stuck like, okay, what is the acceptable thing to do here? Whereas in fantasy, okay, I'm just going to get my ex and take his head off.
So I have a question for Mia. Okay, so Mia says Technobabble, Stargate's Captain Carter is the best. Mia enjoys sci-fi. That's her gravity. That's where she goes as far as
Mhm.
RPG genre. So Mia, how do you are you able to do the techno babble like on the fly? Can you just throw out that kind of stuff that my brain simply does not want to process?
well,
Yeah.
wait. Sorry, go on. No, I was just saying while we're
Uh,
waiting for her to respond, I'll just go through the rest of
mhm,
them. Chris had said, I think that in historical period RPG settings where people are ignorant, monsters become plausible because folks are more skeptical. Definitely,
Exactly what I was saying. Yeah,
exactly what he.
yes.
And
Yes.
Techno Battle, Stargate Captain Carter is. Oh, Stargate. Yep. Oh, Star. Yeah. Um, Chris. Conversely, in modern enlightened settings, like most modern time games, often tends to shift more toward the psychological slash insanity aspect where events break people
Mhm.
good in that spot. And not all sci-fi is created murder hobo all day long in a Star Wars. In Star Trek game, not so much. Good point. Good point.
Oh yeah.
That's sort of what I was trying to, and that's a good point. Oh, every once in a while you might hear a little tiny howl. Um, but for
not the soul steps in your basement. Okay,
that's what that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
okay,
And uh, I think that is a great point because that's what I was talking about murder hoboing in present. That's what I was talking about the consequences. It is interesting. That's a great point because the consequences of Star Wars, Star Trek are very different.
oh yeah.
Chris, the sequel to Technobabble is practice, practice, practice.
I was actually thinking about it because let's say that if you're playing some kind of I don't know, barbarian type character in a sci-fi game, it would be like someone thrown out on the fringes of the galaxy, never seen any technology. Then you could not worry about technobabble.
That and
True.
I think Camp Crossmade makes a point similar. He says, but Star Wars is not sci-fi, but more space fantasy.
Oh yeah,
True.
I think that's a good point.
That is a very good point. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the thing with sci-fi um is that because the things like the technobabble and just the general technology, you kind of have to do a lot, in my opinion, and I could be completely wrong about this. It seems like the GM has to do a lot more prep because there has to be those things have to be consistent throughout the game. What type of technology is there? What does it do? How does it work? So it just seems to me that there's a lot more there that you have to set up for your world. Am I
Yes,
incorrect there, guys?
then yes and no, I think, because I think, let's put it this way, the way that warp drive works, 99% of the time will not be an important part of the adventure, unless you're looking for parts or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, there are things like you definitely need to be aware of any technologies that could affect the game, the adventure you designed. But I think that's the same way for magic and stuff. Like, for example, what spells do your players have available in a fantasy setting? Are those going to break your adventure?
Mia was mentioning about the comment about differences sci-fi and space fantasy. Said yes, Star Wars heavy on space opera, sci-fi. Definitely. And he meant to include a wink face on the end of the statement that he made. Well, I don't know. I think it worked. Statement was very straightforward. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with a good winky face. Let's see. Yeah, I agree. So Chris says, I would argue that while Star Wars was always focused on other aspects of its universe, it does have futuristic concepts, high technology, interesting to the world building, and a feel to its tech, even if it hasn't always opened the black box. I think that that's true. Um, I mean, the one joke that my husband always makes about Star Trek is, and his best Scotty voice, which I can't do, is, oh, Captain, the toilets had backed up into the warp drive. And, you know, the technology can, I think, in the moment, for me at least, I have been caught when I have tried to do sci-fi by my players going, but wait a minute, didn't that do the other thing a moment ago, which contradicts that? And I'm like, uh, okay. And then they say, I thought you worked in IT. And I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh, two different things. Like we're in space, people.
The shaming.
This is
But the
space magic.
shaming. This is space IT.
Space. Chris, and sometimes I wish they would just close the black box again and not speak what they revealed.
Yeah, that's the, I think, and I think with that, I think Star Trek was always more consistent about technology and stuff, whereas I think in Star Wars most of the explanations and stuff were retconned in the prequel trilogy, and that was not a good idea, in my opinion.
You're treading on dangerous waters there, Carl, because the Star Wars community they are thick and they are dangerous.
Comment below.
I don't think it's controversial even within the Star Wars community.
You don't think so?
No, I
I
mean,
don't know. I found it both very easy to talk about, and it depends on who you're talking to, because there are people who are absolutely, but stick to canon, and then there's other people like,
and if we want to get into that, I believe that, if I remember correctly, the prequels did break the canon at some point. So, eh.
Star Wars went south when they started trying to sci-fi the mysticism. You mean you're talking
Yes,
about
exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
yeah, the midichlorians? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah. What the heck? Why?
No one needs to know that.
Yeah.
Go play with your space magic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you took all the wow factor out,
Yeah, space magic and chi. So leave it alone.
Space magic and chi or cheese.
Chi.
Oh, chi.
That's
Well, you
how
can
I.
have cheese and chi.
Pardon?
You can have cheese and chi, I suppose.
I didn't say you couldn't. I just said that's not what I was talking about.
No, I know.
I am not judging what you do with your
Oh,
chi.
you're.
Where you put your chi. Your chi. Mysticism. He blames public schools for them for people believing in mysticism. I'm not sure about that, girl. What you're missing.
I'm not sure where that was going.
Chris, if you want to master Star Trek technobabble easily, I recommend finding a copy of the Star Trek PNG Technical Manual, 1991 book by Rick Sternbach and Michael Okuda. It outlines all the jargon. That's pretty cool.
um, hmm. I guess right there showed why I don't like sci-fi. Is if you had said that about fantasy, I would have been all over it. I would have been jumping on Amazon looking for that book immediately. But I was like, nah, I don't.
I don't want to know that bad.
Nah, I don't want to.
uh, Mia, and Andor and The Mandalorian were great ways to tell stories. Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree.
But then, why is playing or running a sci-fi game to me not as appealing as watching Doctor Who? I love Doctor Who. I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars for that matter. Not all of it, but the good ones.
No, I mean, like, to be honest, I think there are some genres that really work well in some mediums and not in others, if that makes sense. But to a lesser extent, it might be that the genre works well for you in one medium, but not as well for you in the other, if that makes sense.
Right.
Everybody's got different itches to scratch. Fine.
Yeah. I mean, take sitcoms, for example. You wouldn't have you could watch a sitcom, you'd probably not play a sitcom RPG. Now that I mention it, it sounds like kind of fun, possibly,
Yeah, no,
but
it's like,
I was just thinking that. I was
You're
like,
like,
why not? Interesting. But what's funny about I said that I was not interested in modern, but that's not entirely true either. I've not been able to play it, but when I saw that there's a Harry Dresden RPG, I was all over that.
Her Dresden is very urban fantasy. I don't think it's on the level of modern.
But it's set in a modern society. It has cars and cell phones and
Yeah, but remember that anytime you get close to anything magical, all those things stop working.
well, yeah, which
Yeah.
is why he has to take cold showers all the time. Although he has to take cold showers anyway. Most of the time. But no, I mean, I get that. I absolutely understand that, and I'm 100% behind you on that.
But
It's
it's like
because it's got magic. Yeah.
remember the things that I was talking about earlier. For example, you have cameras, you have cell phones, you have stuff like that.
Right.
You're still in a modern setting, but those things are factored out as soon as you got close to them. The players can't actually use them if they're in a way magical. You can't photograph a magical thingy because it's just going to ruin your the shot anyway.
Right. Exactly. And I think that Chris kind of says the same thing here is that about Doctor Who. Doctor Who focuses very, very little on technology or internal consistency. It plays with those concepts leading into space-time manipulation in a way that lets its handy or hand wave as a matter of course, kind of like the magic in, like you were saying, in Harry Dresden.
Mia had said that she had run a Doctor Who for about a year, but it was the best fun she had as a G.
Really? I've never played Doctor Who as a RPG. I don't know, in a way, and this is going to sound dumb. In a way, I think that I would not like it because don't mess with my Doctor Who.
That's a fair. That's actually a fair take.
And went a little bit, kept going. The Who universe is about the stories and the adventure and sadly, relationship. I agree.
No, No, relationships are fine so long as they're
No.
not. No, No, it depends on the relationship. Like I loved Wilf. I thought Wilf was a great temporary companion. I loved him, and I think that there was a great relationship between him and the doctor.
Wait, which one was Wilf?
Wilf is Donna Noble's grandfather. We cannot be friends anymore.
Okay. Um, I remember Donna Noble is the name, but he's slipping. I'm not putting his faces in. Old Doctor,
um,
very story, modern version, go way more into how the of the week.
I agree. The Rose Tyler love story thing.
Do not speak her
No,
name.
I could not get on board with that at all. And then followed with, sorry, the street sweeper just goes by. Followed with, um, what was her name now? I can't remember her name.
Didn't Donna come in after?
No, Donna came after. Wow. Okay. I'm a Who fan. I know this name. I know this person. I'm seeing her face and I cannot remember her character name.
But as you're thinking about that, on the thought of relationships, I was mad about She Who Will Not Be Named, but she sounds like an eldritch god now. I don't like that. um,
You're the
but
one that's making it
I
that
know,
way.
I know. But I was really mad because if they were going to give him a relationship, she was so not the person that it should have been. There were so many other companions that he had that if he were going to be at least close or have some kind of attraction to, she was not the one. So mad.
All right.
But
River Song. What about her?
yeah, but she's cool afterward. But
Yeah, but
she's
she
not a
had a
companion either.
no, but she was in a relationship with the doctor. She married
She
him.
married him, so yeah, I have no problem with that.
Martha Jones. Thank you, Martha Jones. That's who I was trying to think
Oh,
of.
Martha. Yes, Martha would have been fine too. At least better. Martha,
I liked
the
Martha.
doctor.
No, I did not like her as in a relationship with him. No.
No, I'm just saying if they were going to do it, she would have been a better. Leela would have been better.
Do it. Do what?
Have
It?
them in some kind of like have him have feelings for the companion. I'd rather it be Martha because she had feelings for him, but her than what's her name? the
The one who shall not be named?
flower, the wilted flower.
Wilted flower.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
You
and again,
realize
it's
you realize that she was a favorite
I know.
amongst the companions.
I don't
People loved
care.
her.
I don't care. And again, nothing against the actress. I'm not messing with the actress. Nothing against her. That character really soured me a long time.
Really?
Yeah, let me get a couple of cross. Thank you. I can't stand her. Speak. My least favorite character ever. Mia Wilfred, Bernard Cribbins was also the Peter Cushing movie. Loved Wilfred. Uh, oh, hey
Yeah.
Nick, talking about
Wilfred's great.
Doctor Who companions.
They're
Miyagi
talking about Doctor Who companions. I'm being very confused.
River Song, yes, she and the character and the actress, everything came together, and we didn't really see it because it was established, and we didn't know, and it was just established. Like, yes, this woman is married him, so I think that was sort of cool because we didn't see it coming up, and he didn't have feelings for her. The ones that we saw, he was just confused. He was intrigued and confused, but until later on, didn't really see them together. And I think they sort of stuck him in, sort of. Yeah, Martha Jones. Yeah, everyone's saying hey to Nick. Leela, yes, Chris, Leela. She, aside from Martha, she's my favorite companion. Leela Jones is.
Leela Jones.
I'm sorry, Leela. Because I'm Leela and Martha, but Leela was my favorite for so long. Martha, I think, is
Hmm.
second favorite. Leela, now, Carl, if so, you're not a Whovian, Carl, assuming.
Not really, no.
Okay, just so you know,
Ah,
Leela was a companion who was, and I'm doing the quotes, like basically a savage on a world that he ended up on. A whole bunch of things, but basically, she like they're all supposedly illiterate and savage and yada. She caught on to everything that he was doing. She would talk back to him. She was brave. She was a warrior. So she ran and even her bikini wasn't a full bikini. She had a little bit of coverage, which was great. She had very little coverage for the time frame because this was in 70s, 60s, 70s. But even that was somewhat tasteful. But the thing is that her innate intelligence was put on display, and she saved his butt so many times, and I really liked her. So that she's my favorite. um Martha was an all-time great companion, most capable, absolutely. Martha, extremely capable.
I
um
loved Martha.
Best thing that ever happened to her character was sealing her in an entirely different dimension. Good riddance, talking about the flower. I like that. Thank you,
Uh,
Carl.
oh man. Um, the reason I really loved, and poor Carl, I feel like he's out of sync here because he doesn't know anything about Doctor Who. I kind of want to
Uh,
I want to
I'm
say
okay.
this moment.
Okay.
Are you sure?
I do not need to, I do not need to be included in every discussion.
No,
Okay.
no, I think
But I hate leaving you out.
yeah.
That's fine.
I do want to say the last thing is that I liked how River Song was introduced because because of how she was flowing through time, knew what was going to happen before the doctor did, because it was kind of almost a Merlin effect, you know. And she knew their relationship and what was going to happen, and you know, and he was complete. And what I loved about it was that he was like, "What?" Yeah.
I've got two things. Number one, Mia mentioned Mary Tam version of Romana. Romana, yes, but I think I don't know. It seemed more like that was so much more of an equal friendship that I really liked that relationship. Anna. And before, and Cross also mentions Mary Tam. I used to have a button. Anything is better than Lala Ward. I don't dislike her that much, but I get it. I'm not really sure about the different Romanas. I knew that the Romana that I'm thinking of is straight blonde. That's the one that I don't remember, but or it's not coming to mind. But also, I am gonna go back to River Song just because. Yes, I like her. I like their relationship, but it's also gross.
Why?
Because remember who River Song is.
But she's not related to the doctor in any
It's
way.
still gross.
Why is it gross? She's not related to him. She's related to his companions.
Yeah, but she was a baby when she was flying around the TARDIS with
He's
them.
thousands of years old. What
I
is he
know.
gonna do? Everybody was a baby when he was an adult.
Yeah, that's still it still weirds me out. I like her and I understand time is a it's a timey
Wibbly
wimey
wobbly, timey
wibbly
wimey.
wobbly timey wimey thing. I understand that. It's still in the back of my head. It's like it's almost like he was like the target. Like no, I'm not even gonna say it. But it was like in the back of my head. It's just a little bit off. But I do love the character and I do love the what they're doing. That's the one thing, that one aspect that just I don't. But that's me.
Okay.
Oh, Carl's next crafting challenge should be to build a full size Dalek. So, have you seen the Daleks, Carl?
I haven't been living under a rock. I just don't like particularly like watching Doctor Who.
Okay, no problem. So Dalek, yes.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Well, it's we could do edible Daleks.
Wow.
Life-size edible Daleks.
Life-size
edible Daleks.
Life-size edible Daleks.
It sounds like a recipe for disaster.
What could go wrong? I mean, they are crunchy on the outside, soft on the
They're
inside.
crunchy on the outside.
Life is a box of Daleks.
That's good. I like that. That was clever. That was good. I like that, Kim. Life is a box of Daleks. It's true.
So, I mean, actually, it's like a little teeny tiny Cthulhu in a tin can.
Not
Kim.
even. Not even. They're not that. They're not even that scary. Once you open the tin can, you're like, oh, really? Because they're kind of squishy and it's the tin can that's scary. Once you get inside, you're like, oh, well.
Yeah, no. Russ, if River being his friend's child weirds you out, do not read any. Okay. Don't get me
Heinlein.
sorry. Don't get me started on Heinlein.
Oh,
It's been a long.
Heinlein.
It's been a long time since I've read any Heinlein, and that was some of my formative stuff, and I didn't really understand a lot of stuff, and then when I look back at it, I'm really grossed out. So I'm not going.
Remind me, who's that?
There was intentional kink with that, though. There was intentional kink with that.
I'm saying, I'm not going there. Have the discussion. That's fine.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, and
Robert A. Heinlein, the books. You've not read any of those of the Stranger in a Strange Land or any of those?
No.
Okay.
No idea.
Crunchy Frog Mia, yes. Alex or Crunchy Frog. And then the spokes pop out and impale your cheeks. Chris, I would build one of the fascist regime English World War II Ironside Daleks with built-in stun guns. It's wonderful how you're already thinking of it, Chris. You're already planning.
Scheming, plotting.
There are at least books where Heinlein kept his mind out of the gutter. Yes, Mia, Ironside Daleks. Like some. So, the only thing I would mention I think we're getting to the end of the Doctor Who saga, is favorite Doctor.
Don't even have to bother asking me. I think everyone knows.
Okay, from my limited watching, it's the guy who was before David Tennant.
Oh, gosh,
Eccleston?
Dark?
Eccleston?
Yeah, I think Eccleston right before him, right?
Yeah, Eccleston was before him.
I think he only had a couple of episodes. Right?
Just
No, he had a whole season.
Who was the one before him then?
Well, that goes back to Paul McGann then, if you're talking about it, which is the 1980s.
No, there was one person who was right in the middle who didn't have a lot of seasons. Yes, I can neither confirm or deny that I'm a partially built Dalek in my garage. I just need a.
Oh, Chris.
Not confirmed nor denied. Chris, Tom Baker. I mean, there's some amazing ones after, but Tom Baker. Pertwee.
So did I.
Pertwee, hands down. The only one who comes close is Eccleston.
Really?
Mia geeked Pertwee.
Really?
Hmm.
Interesting. I'm very surprised. I'm not hearing any of mine.
Say it out loud, Lisa.
I'm afraid to now.
Well, no.
It's all right, Lisa. Everyone knows you're eccentric.
On, Lisa.
David Tennant.
Okay, yeah, and he's excellent. He's excellent actor. And yeah, and was a great Doctor Who, definitely.
He was awesome. All right, before you start calling it out,
Okay.
for the Whovians out there, can you name them in order?
Oh no. Okay.
Go. Because there's been 15, 14.
They don't have the images with.
Really? David Tennant, number 2, says Chris.
Okay. Or Eccleston. Doctor.
That was McGann.
Capaldi. Mia says wish Capaldi had. Oh, Mia says she can.
She can what?
She can name all the ones.
In order?
That's
Well,
what she
do it.
said.
Do it. No cheating. No getting on Google and copying and typing it.
I think you say you could always say first Doctor, second Doctor, third Doctor.
Because I don't know which Doctor you're talking about that you said had only a couple of episodes. The only one that I don't know which one you're talking about. And then okay, do we count? There's no way to do with something like that. Okay, all right. Do we count Peter Cushing?
I don't.
Chat?
Yeah. Everyone say what you like.
Do we count Peter Cushing?
Was Peter Cushing in Doctor Who?
He played the Doctor in a movie. Yes.
In a movie.
Ah, okay. I would say that the movie counts.
And it was Day of the Daleks is the name of the movie. Sort of, if we had to include Comedy Special Curse of the Fatal Death. Okay, yeah. No. Mia says no, we do not include Peter Cushing.
Yeah, I wouldn't either personally. Yeah. Comedy Special Curse of the Fatal Death. I don't think I saw that. Oh, yeah, because Cross had said that he could name them too, but we wouldn't believe him. And
Oh my gosh.
no, wouldn't believe that he hadn't looked them up.
In that case, Mia and Cross and everybody else, that means that we have to include Hugh Grant and Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I saw that one.
Oh.
Yeah, there are all these little
Yeah.
specials and
Yes.
and not even spin-offs, but little appearances where actors would be Doctor Who, and yeah, so it's one of those kinds of things. Can't have everybody.
Okay, we're talking about canon. We're talking about canon now, as far as doctors. Let's stick with canon.
So Mia,
I don't know if Peter Cushing would be counted as canon.
Mia said that there were 3 movies. Peter Cushing is no. Alternate Reality, true, which had no crossovers with any of the other Doctors. Grand Moff Gallifrey. I don't remember that. Grand Moff.
John Hurt.
Is that the ruler?
No, Gallifrey is the
planet, the planet. But what's Moff? Grand Moff. What is?
Grand Moff Tarkin. Peter Cushing.
Star Wars, Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
Say that again. I say that again.
Peter Cushing in Star Wars, Moff Tarkin.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I was like, wait a minute. Gallifrey, yeah, I knew, but Grand Moff. I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to rewatch all of Doctor Who ever just to try to find that one, and you would not have.
Mia said we should check out The Curse of the Fatal Death, which is a great title. Little C with John Hurt. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of when talking about. and now John, he was the war doctor, right?
Yes, he was the war doctor.
And Cross says that falls outside of canon. Now John Hurt is within canon because he appeared in the series.
Yes.
So I would put
I mean,
him.
he may have been talking about Cross. Maybe may have been talking about Peter Cushing. I don't know.
No, Chris is the one that said John Hurt.
No, I think everyone voted against Peter Cushing being in canon.
I agree.
Really?
I agree.
You think he's canon?
No, I agree that you should.
Yeah.
But John Hurt should.
Yes, absolutely, he should.
Chris thought he was excellent.
Yeah, John Hurt. Miss you, man. Miss you. You're awesome. I miss him.
Don't howl. Be quiet.
Your heater is mourning the passing of John Hurt.
No, my before John Hurt passed.
Your heater was born.
No, well,
I want
depends the
that
definition. Yeah, depends on the definition, I guess.
I mean, the heater might not have been. The soul inside it might have. Just saying. Just saying.
The soul inside. The soul inside.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Cross says
It's
Peter.
souls, actually, plural. Yeah.
Cross, Cushing, Atkinson, etc. are all outside canon.
Oh,
that
that's
was a different movie.
That was a Christmas special, I think,
That
or
was a
something like that.
No.
No.
It wasn't a Christmas special. That was a joke. That was a comedy
Okay.
farce Doctor Who thing.
Oh, Rowan Atkinson. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
The Mr. Bean.
Yes.
The Fugitive Doctor. Now that I think about it,
Joe.
so she can't name them all in order because the actress of the Doctor. And I don't think they put her on the list. I'm looking at the list right now. I don't think she's on the list.
She was awesome, although they never actually established that she was actually truly the Doctor.
Wait,
but
what?
They never actually truly established that she claimed to be the Doctor, but they never truly established that she was the Doctor. But she, oh my gosh, I had forgotten about her. She would have been better. She would have been so good. Oh, yeah, I wish she'd.
Yeah, I didn't forget about her, but she wasn't in the. I knew she wasn't in that listing, but because actually underneath they say they do have the other important doctors, so she's not listed, which is weird because how many iterations of the Doctor will there be? Because right now we're on the 15th, because we all know they re-jump started, but the War Doctor John Hurt bridged the gap between the 8th and 9th Doctor. The Fugitive Doctor, Joe Martin, mysterious incarnation appearing in the modern series. The Curator, and they say that Tom Baker, a future incarnation of the Doctor seen in The Day of the Doctor. Yeah, well, wait, what? What? I remember The Day of the Doctor, but so what is the best subgenre of sci-fi to play for RPG? Or stop it, Chris! How dare you get us back on theme? Dare you?
Is Chris trying to guide us back on track?
How dare he?
Good job, Chris. Thank you. So what is the best subgenre of sci-fi for RPGs?
I would say post-apocalyptic and cyberpunk in that order. And for worst, I would say that anything that involves large amounts of exploration, something like Star Trek, purely because exploration is very hard to do properly in a game.
Anything that
Especially
involves
on that vast scale.
Anything that involves a transporter. That's hard to do because I would think that doing transporters would be hard to do in RPGs because that kind of breaks. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I
Wait a minute.
don't play RPG. I don't play sci-fi. So what am I? I don't know what I'm saying. Don't listen to me.
No, I don't understand why it would transporter would break the game though.
You have portals and things.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop with your logic. God, there you go with your logic.
Yeah.
You always do that. You always
Always.
go with logic.
Not all. Well, yeah, I do try my best to go. I
Logic.
I can't always call upon it.
Logic is not always logical, you know.
No, that's not a logical statement.
So
Oh, genres.
post-apocalyptic is definitely wonderful and very conducive to tabletop role playing, and D&D is essentially post-apocalyptic after all. Is it?
Yeah, mostly.
Ah,
And
that's
you
an
should.
I
interesting
mean,
take.
not
Please.
it's not a new take because if you think about it, for example, if you take let's say the Forgotten Realms, there's a it basically happens after another civilization has collapsed.
Yeah.
Several civilizations have collapsed, I believe. If you take Dark Sun, it's definitely post-apocalyptic. I don't know, mention another Ravenloft is very post-apocalyptic. I don't know, name one.
Best sci-fi subgenre to play IMO is 4X. Save to play though either research, civilization, etc. Worst, don't know. Chris, also they're not Vulcans, space elves.
I like that one.
And
I
either
like that
don't
one.
know what. Yeah, space elf.
I like
They're
that. That was
elves
good.
in space.
I like that one. That was good.
Hey.
So now we need to do now. I mean, why is there not a Muppet RPG?
Well, I mean, I guess people can make their own because it really is just the characters. Because the Muppets
Yeah.
exist anywhere. Space. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do two different sides on one color, then the other just like a two-tone.
I don't know, Kim. What do the voices in your head tell you?
I'm going to stare into the eyes.
Okay.
What does the mind of the tentacle god say to you?
It's just looking into my soul. It's not giving me an answer.
Right?
No, I think that
Oh.
must shocked at what it saw.
Oh. Hi. Are you?
Well, that it didn't. What it wanted. What do you?
I think it wants therapy now.
It would once what?
I think it wants therapy now.
Did I miss that?
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna paint the other side in color, and I can always repaint if I don't like. No, Mia, no. Google AI best rules light for Muppet. Don't understand that. Wait, Mia Easy D6. Yeah, I can see that for Muppets. Nice and straightforward. But I
Like,
didn't understand the best rules light for.
it's recommend. Oh, do Disney own the rights to the Muppets?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
they do.
right.
Yes, they do. There is actually at Disneyland a Muppet theater thing that you could go to. that resembles the Muppet Show, which is cute.
Um,
Muppets don't suck.
no, no, not the Muppets.
Oh, okay.
Just I'm
I know.
I have
I
a
know. I know.
there's a rant in my brain. Um,
Oh, watch out,
campaign
everybody.
terrain cross. There have been several RPGs based on what are clearly Muppet-like creatures. None official
Yes.
though. Now their mouse owns the Muppet IP. Yeah, so ain't gonna
Yeah.
happen. Well, I mean, hey,
No,
unless they decide that they want to put out a game, they could.
they could. I don't see them doing that
I
though.
don't see. But I'm using that nice watered, like the really watered down paint, to try to keep
Hmm.
Hmm.
let it dry. Very wet.
Looking really good.
Ruler. Ruler. Okay. Sorry. Screaming ruler out of the blue. Sorry.
Can
Okay.
can you show the house again, Carl?
One second.
Show us the house. Exposition to Barrier Peaks is one of the great iconic dungeon modules of the TSR era of D&D, an unabashed sci-fi crossover that was innovative and lots of fun. That's true, actually. Oh my God, what happened?
I'll be right
What
back.
happened? Oh dear. Are you okay?
Dun, dun. I think the souls in her heater tried to run away.
The heater was had taken offense to all the to all the comments. No, I am my own source. I can heat well. Wait, this is I almost measured that wrong. Okay. That inn is amazing. It is, and the paint job you're doing on it is amazing. I love the whitewash stone. Is that what you're
There's
intending?
I, that's the underpainting for the actual stone color. So there are a few things I'm planning to do on top of this.
Ah, okay.
So
Give it.
first of all,
it
I'm going. This is not actually white. It's let's see. It's carnation pink and raw sienna.
mhm.
So it dries to a bit of a stone color. I think I need to give it another layer though. Now, when that's properly dry, I'm just going to give it a very light raw sienna wash to make it a bit browner, and then go in with a pass of spackle to fill in all these gaps between the stones. Okay.
It looks marvelous, darling.
Okay. So after that, I'm going to give it another dry brush to dirty up the stones, most of them. You
Uh-huh.
know, you get dirt and stuff on the stones.
Sure.
And after that, I want to try something with plaster. So possibly making some patches of plaster and leaving the bricks to show through where the plaster fell off. So that's a bit of an experiment. So I need to see how that goes.
Oh, interesting.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. But what's interesting
And
is that the whitewash, what you're putting on now on camera looks like a whitewash, which you would have was not uncommon, and
no,
actually looks
it was
pretty
very
good.
common. But
Yeah.
I think if I hold it at this angle, you can see geez, the color it is. It's kind of like an off-white.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks really good.
Yeah, because I'm hoping it's going to contrast against with the speckle, which is going to be white, but not be very different.
Mia has to run. Bye, Mia.
Maybe. Yeah.
She did also mention the city of TSR, City of Gods. Cross. Well, that's one. Let's take is keep the sci-fi out of my fantasy. Talking about saw it now. I'm opinion you system however you want framework. I still wouldn't find it fun though. Uh,
Uh-huh.
by me.
Same.
What system are you talking about?
He about system one. Was that the
X4, I think you
Muppets?
mentioned. No, I think you mentioned something called X4 earlier or something
Oh,
like
the
that.
S3 Expedition Carrier.
Expedition to the Barrier Peak.
4X, yeah.
One of the most great iconic dungeon sci-fi cross. I so maybe that's why. That's oh yeah, and he was Cross had also said there have been several house. Yeah, so yeah, S3 Expedition to the. I don't. Written for AD&D.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd never heard of that. AD&D.
Yeah. Actually, if you'll pardon me for just a moment, I'm going to go get something.
I don't think I have ever played. I think so I do like crunchy, but I think my definition of crunchy is different than the definition of crunchy of a lot of people.
I think it's more inconsistent than Crunchy, to be honest, because there are rules for everything. And to be fair, for its time, it was a great improvement on first edition in terms of rules design. It's still
So
not very good.
my husband asked me to buy him these. Um, they're by Goodman Games, and what they took were the AD&D and second and some of the second edition modules, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks being one of them,
Oh,
and
okay.
converted them to 5e. So applied 5e rules to them, which is funny because they still don't play like 5e,
Interesting.
at least not to what we found. They're they're very they still have that the very what should I say, intense and yeah, exactly. They have we have three of them. We have three of these. They have that the even though the stats were converted to 5e, the way the modules are written are they're very 2e railroady and have that gonna kill you kind of flavor to them.
I mean, they were
That
designed for
2e
a
has.
different culture of play.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you can apply 5e rules to them, but they still play like 2e.
So, Kim, just to give you an idea of the weird rules, let's say that, for example, you have a skill. Sorry, in 5 you have a skill called open locks, right?
Okay.
Now, that works like anything else, and you roll a die 20, you add your modifiers, and you open the lock or fail to open the lock. Okay? Now, in 2E, you don't. If you're a rogue, a thief at that point in time, you have a skill called open locks, which is a percentage roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, why is it a percentage roll? We don't know. It just is. Okay. Then, for example, let's say that you're a wizard and you have 18 intelligence. You somehow gain 1 intelligence and suddenly have 19 intelligence, right? No, that's fine. But if you're a fighter and you have 18 strength and somehow get a bit more strength, you don't go to 19. You have to go to like 18.5 and 18.10 and 18.20 and so on and so forth.
Yeah, you roll. Yeah, you roll to find out what that other. Yeah, it's weird.
Gross.
Yeah,
It's
and It was, I mean, it was the way. But the reason that that happened, if I remember correctly, was that they had stats for humans going all the way up to way up to 18, right? Then they had
Mhm,
stats for a giant starting at 19, I believe.
mhm.
Then they would, hey, we want to write a new book to sell more books, and we want to put monsters in it, and we want them to be slightly stronger than humans, but we want them to be slightly weaker than giants. How do we do that? Well, fuck it, we'll invent an entire percentage system between 18 and 19. Yeah. I mean, it's,
It
yeah, go on, Lisa.
Oh, and elves could shoot bows with their feet.
Would they?
Do you remember that, Carl?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why not? Is
Elves could shoot bows with their feet.
there are people who do it.
So I have a question. So if you picked up an elf, could it, off the ground, could it shoot two bows at the same time?
Could
I
someone can
wonder, stick an elf in a tree? Why not?
maybe? I think it would be very doubtful. But I mean, all I'm saying is that there are people who can shoot bows
Yeah.
with their feet. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that people can shoot bows at.
It's weird. And only
Yeah, I
rogues,
mean,
by the way, could pick locks. Only
and climb
rogues.
walls.
Yeah.
Only rogues could pick locks. So if you didn't have
Yep.
a rogue in your party, that's one of the reasons that people wanted to um balance the party so much because you couldn't pick a lock if you didn't have a rogue.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. Also, yes, and that absolutely. And healing was done by either paladins or clerics.
only.
Nobody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
Or health
or druids, I
potions.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. What I thought was hilarious was also rogues were the only ones that could hear noise.
Yes, they're the only ones who had a listening skill.
Yeah.
But the other thing was that rogues had a different level. So from three onwards, every class advances at the same rate, right?
Okay. Okay.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
but in 2E, it was like rogues advanced at a much faster. I think mages advanced the slowest, and rogues advanced the
Yep.
fastest.
Yep. That's
So, for
absolutely right.
example, let's say if you had, actually, I can check. One sec.
I it's
2E
so
Player's
funny
Handbook.
because listening to him talk about this, I played 2E for decades. Decades. And now I listen to this and I'm like, was I insane?
I mean, it was a lot of fun when at the time because it was literally the only game there was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can understand that people played it and just looking from
Oh,
as again
hi.
from never playing it. Then
Where
eh,
did you come from?
Okay, so let's put it this way: a fighter takes 2,000 experience points to get to level 2. Okay,
Hmm.
a rogue needs 1,250.
Yep. Please do not bite. Thanks. Hi. How are you?
So yeah, so let's say that for example, to get to level 3, a thief needs 2,500 experience, and at that level, a ranger, for example, would only have barely made it to level 2. Okay, now there's a reason for that because the way the game was designed, there was a very high mortality rate for rogues. Heck, I guess.
that guy.
So basically, the reason that they advanced that quickly was so when one died, the other one would catch up to the team fairly quickly.
Yeah. Well, I can. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that there's a reason for things. Yeah.
No,
If
no,
you want to be able to.
there is always reason there's reason for everyone to learn that book. They are not always good reasons. I mean, basically, the design of the system is very much like the design of an IT system.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, let's just duct tape this other thing on top of it.
It was so convoluted. Character classes were so convoluted. You had, I mean, the character sheet to make they had one character sheet, but it was 3 pages long because it was trying to cover all the classes because it would have this huge section for rogues and their percentiles for listen skill and pickpocket and all that other stuff and lock picking and all that. And you had to apply those every time you level up. You had to apply a different, you had to spread out your percentages amongst where you wanted it in those skills. But then you had your fighter who had Ben bars and all that other stuff, which for the strength stuff, which was again was part of the advancement system. It was so strange. Heck of a level up to change one's entire species.
I think that was first edition. I don't think that they did that in second edition. Not AD&D at least.
What the Ben bars and stuff?
No, the band boys was always there. Changing the species, I mean, because I think in first
Oh yeah,
edition,
yeah.
elf and dwarf were classes. They were not species.
No, right. No.
So you couldn't be
Um,
let's say, a dwarf fighter. It would be a dwarf.
so I have
What
to
is your
say something
occupation?
that's going.
Dwarf.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I said, what is your occupation? Dwarf.
It's true. It's absolutely true. In first edition, if you weren't human, your occupation was dwarf or elf. It was weird. And I'm going to say something else to make Kim absolutely irate.
Listening.
Is that if you were a woman and you were playing a fighter, you could not get above a certain strength level.
And again, no, and see, she said it, so I'm no shade to Gygax and to the, but
Yeah,
that
that
is
guy.
one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that people would say that it's misogynist. I'm sure that's one of the. Those are the kinds of things that would point to, and understandably so.
Yeah.
It's fantasy, people. You can cast spells, but a woman can't have the same strength just because of a lot of things. I'm not going to go specific, but a woman can't have the same strength. But you can cast spells. A dragon can, but a woman can't have the same strength as a man.
Always wondered why there were half orcs and half elves, but no half dwarves.
There are half dwarves in Dark Sun, but other than that, I
Dark
have no idea.
Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to be fair,
And,
they're kind of bred. They're not naturally occurring species.
and why didn't orcs and dwarves breed? Why didn't elves and halflings breed?
I think there was a monster manual entry somewhere for something like an elf dwarf half breed, but that was like I think it was removed very early on for some reason because like I think it was like, do we really need this? Also, I think there's something to be said for humans as the horniest species because they will literally breed with everything. Everything.
Back to Star Trek, Captain Kirk.
Oh, yes. No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, that might probably be the in-law reasons. Like, why do we have half elves and half orcs and yeah, I think that dwarves, I think, or something like that. Half dragons, half fiends, half genies. Well, there was this guy
Dwells?
once called James Tiberius Kirk.
They were called dwelves? Is
I
that
think
what
so.
you call them?
I
Oh,
think that's it.
interesting. I didn't know that. Dwelves. That's interesting.
Better than Elwharfs. That doesn't sound right.
Dwarfs.
Elwharfs.
Dwarfs.
Let's see. The so-called refinements, the administrative side of D between were anything but IM. Refinements.
Dwelves. Yeah.
12s, yes. Cross is talking.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you bred a halfling with a giant, do you get a human?
You definitely get some comments from the ethics committee, but also that.
A giantling.
Giant.
I have no idea.
I like how your book is coming out. It's looking very nice.
Mhm.
I'll probably get tired. I'm doing all this detail on this side. By the time I get to the other side, I think that's why I'll end up doing it as a like a two-tone sepia that because I think I'm not gonna want to do it when I get to.
Right? Did you see what Cross just typed in? I absolutely want. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Um, although I think that I think it was Vancian fantasy that
The
was
magic
the
system is
focus.
Vancinia.
Vancian, but yeah, I mean, based on Howard's Conan and Red Sonja, absolutely. I mean, kick ass.
Yeah, Red Sonja, man. I used to buy those comic books. I loved Red Sonja.
Oh yeah, kick ass, man.
Apart from Red Sonja, I think all there's a bunch of fighters in the Conan stories themselves who are also women. They kick absolute ass.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, check out what Chris said about the giant halfling thingy.
Where is that?
Yeah, some things just don't work out. Like if you have a Great Dane and you need the Chihuahua. It also
Well,
does depend on which
which one's the female?
which ones, yeah, which with the genders of the dogs. I just
Yeah.
saw, gosh, there was something else I just saw that I just saw I don't know if it was a doc or something. They were talking about puppies that a Dachshund. No. A pit bull had,
Okay.
and they were Dachshund pit bull mixes.
Oh yeah, I saw them. I saw them.
Yeah,
Really cute.
yeah, they were so cute because those are the two dogs that I've had pit bulls and I love pit bulls and I've always wanted a Dachshund and I was like, oh my gosh, those are so amazing. Um, and so yeah, so the pit bull was the female, the one on Earth. Cross is saying if the Chihuahua can lead high. I mean, sometimes there's an assist. I'm trying to find what I was looking at because I actually was thinking. Keep going.
I think Carl and I are just watching you squirm in your forgetfulness right now.
Not
As we
squirming.
can.
I'm good. Happens. It's
Oh,
fine.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's like there was something I wanted to bring up, forgot to bring it up, trying to find it. Life goes
I
on.
I I am I am so used to doing that right now. I will walk into a room and I'll forget why I walked in. It used to bother me. It used to really frustrate me. I would walk into a room and go, "Why did I come in here?" Now I'm like, eh, "Okay, it'll come to me." Okay.
Couple different.
Well, Mark, okay, so what'd you call it? We always way we pronounced it when I was a kid was they were dachshunds.
That's
Dach
Dachshund,
Dachshund.
Dachshund, but
Uh-huh.
Datsun.
Dachshund.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Um, that's the way we always pronounced it when I was a kid. But some people say Dachshund.
Yeah. Oh, I'm at 200 subscribers on my channel. Yay!
Yay! Well deserved.
Oh yeah.
And those people that did that, you're smart. Good on you.
Got to put out
Good.
how to put.
It's on the create menu. Just create a post and you're done. It's easy.
I started making one because I just before New Year's, it looked like I had to 15-second thing, but then it dropped down again. I'm like,
Yeah, that happens.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully it stays.
It will.
Yeah. But
And if
hopefully.
it, if it if it doesn't, we'll make it
We'll
happen.
just need to abduct more people. Yeah.
You heard what he said, right? Looking at my heater right now.
That's not
Oh,
working. Dang it.
Oh, so I think I'll need to drop out in a few minutes because I have work tomorrow. Eh,
well, I'll just have to. It'll come up, and maybe I'll make a note of it.
Carl, when are you going to buy that winning lottery ticket? I mean, come on, get on with that. Hurry up with that.
yeah, working on it. Working on it. I just have to finish building my prediction machine.
Yeah, right?
Ross is saying he's talking about the mix. He can't imagine the pit bull Dotson puppies. Pit bulls are so sweet and loving. They are, and Dachshunds are Dachshunds. I've never had one. I thought that they'd be cool, depending.
I
Wiener
think I've got a
dogs.
bit of Napoleon complex.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. I
yeah,
mean, look, those dogs were bred to hunt badgers,
yes, yeah,
so it's like it will literally fight anything regardless of size.
yeah. And Chris is saying you're a trooper for hanging out, Carl.
You do.
My
You
pleasure.
do.
My pleasure. But yeah, y'all have a lovely day, and I'll catch you next week, I guess. Probably
Yes.
on Sunday, but and on Sunday. I have a stream on Sunday.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. Well, we
Catch
have.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Huh? Yeah,
obligated to watch that one.
yeah. I mean, like Thomas is in the next room, so you're going to have to listen to him anyway. Y'all take care now. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Now, a couple of things possibly do, but if because I haven't, I'm figuring out how to try to make things nice and. So I don't think I'm going to try something. Yeah, keep going. I'm just going to try something. So I am going to move things around.
What are we doing?
Gonna,
Oh,
I'm,
I see.
yeah, I'm just going to try to move stuff around, and
I
if it
understand
doesn't
what you're
work,
doing.
yeah, I'll move it back. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me just move things. Let me just make. Yeah,
Cross.
I'm gonna move it back because then I have to figure out I would have to figure out the stream and stuff like that. But it could work. That's not so bad.
Phrasing, cross. Phrasing.
Should I put it up or not?
Doesn't matter if you want.
On his butt.
Just do it every
Oh, haha. Yeah, my Dotson has about a dozen wieners, plus some of them have hung out with Dotson owner group. Experience, I've met hundreds of Dotsons. Not all dogs are gonna make it into heaven. Ah, yeah, as I said, I don't. They just looked really cute. So I've always thought about having. And if I was gonna have a small dog, all my dogs have been medium to large. I've never had a small. So if I were going to have a small dog, I would think maybe Dachshunds just because I don't like hairy dogs, like dogs with lots of hair. So pitties are good. I've had dogs with the fact that they're dogs, and yeah, they're
Do you,
Dachshunds.
do you pity the dog? I pity the dog. Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it?
Is there Discord? Okay, yeah. Right now, there's nothing new in the community showcase. It's fine.
April? No, it's not.
That's
Put
up
your
to
stuff
them.
in
That's up to
there.
them.
No, it's not.
Well, then, who is it up to, Lisa? Who is it up to, Lisa?
Tentacle people.
Well, then, and we can't make tentacle people do anything. They make their own decisions.
The tentacle people want it. They demand it. No, I get it. If there's not something to put up there, you don't have something to put up there, you don't put it up there.
I mean, there's 25 minutes, so if someone does want to put, fine.
Absolutely. Yes, please do. Please. Please. I love looking at that new stuff. Makes my heart sing.
Wild thing.
Wow, bang. You make my heart sing.
Okay, back to Doctor Who now.
Technically, my ship work in progress is new, even though Carl showed it last Sunday. Yeah, that's true, but we didn't show it here.
That's up to you, Ross.
Yeah, it's absolutely up to you. You can or cannot as you please. As you please. Oh, come on. Stop. I really need to get a new mat. This is all warped. I'm finding that working in the garage in Southern California, even if I don't want to warp my mat, I don't have a choice. It's just going to warp because it gets hot in this garage during the summer. And over time, it has warped it. It is what it is.
The interesting thing, well, I mean, when we're on the stream, because I usually, for some reason, I tend to follow it through OBS instead of through Ninja or YouTube, probably
Huh?
because I want to see what's happening before you YouTube people see it. I
YouTube.
lost my stream of thought though. Oh, and yeah, I think I was gonna talk either about being able to set up the show or about trying to frame everybody. I could make us two sides and just take out the sci-fi fantasy bigger.
If you like, but weren't we expecting somebody?
Well, I mean, it's like 20 minutes.
I know.
No, I said he might, but I haven't heard anything from him yet. So
Okay.
I wouldn't expect it in the next 20 minutes.
Right. But you never know.
Sure, I my eye out. If there was any.
It sounds like it hurts keeping your eye out.
Does sound like that. Russ, I'm not really one to toot my own horn. Certain friends berate me over not hyping myself enough. Understood. Really, I was just saying those two picks are where this week's start. Two picks from Carl's.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Moving forward is the big thing, and that's a lot because the last few weeks, actually, the last like months, I think. I really haven't been doing much crafting, and that
Me
I
too.
really want to do. I really focus on these Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I did craft one thing, and I did craft something. I haven't I haven't done the video for it yet. I do have.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Young lady.
don't. That is not the appropriate term for me. I remember. I don't know if it was the first time I'd ever been called young lady or the first time I'd been called young lady by someone I really disliked. But I was called young lady once by the I was in school this during college. I was working at the school library, gotten a job there, and the librarian had called me young lady because of something.
Hmm.
And I just remember being so angry that this woman called with the tone. I was like,
Oh yeah.
"What?" It's like, yeah,
Young
and
lady is hardly ever a done in a good tone.
yeah, unless you're like the parent and this is a young child or something like that, you can get away with it. But as an adult, I was like, no, I was at least 19. So I can understand maybe her thought process, but she was not my mother or anyone who I had a huge amount of respect for. Just enough because she was my boss, but not a huge. So yeah, that made me cross. So what I was saying about I want my escapism as far removed from reality as possible. It's why I prefer Dark Crystal to Labyrinth. Huh, interesting.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The former has no connection to Earth, while the latter is Isekai, since an Earthling goes to the Goblin Land. Huh. Okay. That is interesting. Gotta learn more. There are so many terms. I know Isekai is like some like being taken out of your reality and brought to a new land. Um, there are a couple of. I'm trying to decide what language to learn next. Well, not next. I've been dabbling in language. I've always been interested, but the only one that I can speak aside from English with any that I've held conversations in is Spanish. I have held conversations in Spanish. I would not call myself fluent, but I can generally, if someone is gentle with, hold a conversation in Spanish. So I'm trying to decide a language to learn.
I thought you said that you spoke French as well.
I've learned I can listen to some French. I can listen to some French. I can read a little bit of French. Um, but I would not say I can hold a conversation in French. Chris, this was a very informative discussion today. I was unaware that a lot of people had relative disdain for several categories of storytelling within the sci-fi genre when it comes to. I'm not sure about this. I'd
Yeah, I
say,
wouldn't call it the same. I'd say just preference
yeah,
for, you know.
I agree. Preference, um, more and attractions, but yeah, more of a preference for one type of RPG than another. I mean, I do prefer horror, fantasy, or horror. I think like horror sci something that's specifically horror sci-fi, like I was talking about maybe, but I haven't played. Yes, actually, relative. Mm, It really just depends on, but
Yeah.
yeah, I do think that yeah, people have, but
Relative? Yes.
but as we all know, the and I guess which one is it? Would you say there's the genre of horror and then break that down into like sci-fi, medieval,
Well, that's the thing
modern
about
era, or
horror
would it be the other
is
way
that
around?
well, that's the thing about horror is that I mean, the genre. So you have sci-fi, but you could have sci-fi horror. You can have fantasy horror. So yeah, I guess this horror would be more of a subgenre.
And yeah, that's
I
what I'm
think you're
trying.
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to. That's what I was saying. Because you can't. Because you might have a
Hmm.
sci-fi. You might say the genre that I like to play is sci-fi, but or is a subgenre. But I also like. I would say horror. So my preference would be preference. My preference, I think, and this is interesting. My preference for movies, I think, is modern horror, modern day horror. My preference for role play, I think I just have to. I really can't place one, but I would agree that like medieval or dark ages or something like that, the that whole idea of people believe it already sort of takes away some of the horror of that time frame. So I think that's probably out. So probably 1800 up.
Buddy, can you not get up here?
Enlightenment, present
I've
day.
got too much going on up here. I'm sorry.
Cross genres cross so many lines. It's fun to mix and match. Like Alien is
Mhm.
generally regarded as horror, whilst the rest of the movies are generally viewed as action.
Yes,
Hmm.
agreed.
Yeah, yeah, I would think so too, because and I guess the points would be like the isolation, the gruesomeness, but the fighting back. The rest of it is like fighting back. Except for now, would Prometheus be considered action adventure? Prometheus, and what was the one after that? What was the last one?
I think that's right.
It- I
Not
don't
sure.
I don't think there was as much action in Revelation. Chris, horror is a genre, but it has many different subgenres. Yeah, as those interface with type or style. Some horror games are mysteries and are pulpy adventure, for example. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Is horror the genre or a subgenre? I think I personally feel it as a genre, just because it's important to me. But it also can be a subgenre of other RPG.
I think I'm getting stuck on this because I don't like the look of it, and I need to just move on. But I really don't like the look of that.
Can't.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm not sure I would have a good way of. Okay, so what I'm trying to create here, just so I can share with you guys, I'm going to try. I'm trying to create the eye opening. You know, when it blinks, but when it opens, I, I need it to be a smooth opening, but I want it to look like an eyelid. That doesn't really look like an eyelid to me.
Do you have the eye that you can put behind it?
Sure, it's unfinished, but you get the idea from it. I had to go with this one instead of the dragon eye I was making because the layers of the fingernail polish did not allow the light to come through behind it. So, okay, so there you go. Right?
Hmm?
And then, I mean, you understand that it's an eyelid, but it doesn't really look like an eyelid. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm? I think it's I think it's cool.
I mean,
What's the texture around the eye though?
well, it's this silly plastic stuff that I put around it, thinking I was trying to make it look more like ice, but I think I might take that out.
So here's a possibility.
Yeah.
It could be, I'm going to put back to where. It could be, can you no, that wouldn't work either, because I'm thinking of like having two layers, one that's the ice and one that's the eyelid, but that wouldn't work either. you'd have to move the ice and then move the eyelid, which is
Right.
much.
Because I was looking at eyelids. I was watching videos of people blinking, and the way the eyelid opens, it doesn't all open at once like this. Slow motion eyelid openings, it opens from the middle first and then slowly expands to it expands outward when it opens, or from one side to the other depending on the type of eye. But eyelids do not just all open at once like this. It starts in the middle and then expands out as it opens. I'm not sure if I'm making that, if you're understanding what I'm meaning.
I understand what you mean. I'm not sure it's really that necessary
Right.
personally.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Chris was saying, I think horror definitely merits recognition genre. Just happen to be many types of stories that fall within the category of sense or diverse. Understand.
Yep. Okay.
Got all this great mood lighting, so I need like a little light to go find my streaming.
So with the mood lighting, doesn't that, oh, honey, doesn't that cause you to pick out the wrong paints sometimes?
Well, before, well, I've moved a bunch of stuff around. So before I had light that was like coming down on that I had behind me, but now I've put a shelving unit behind me, so it just
Mhm.
hits the front, and I can't see the well as I did before. Light was coming, so that's why right now I have this little light that I'm going to find the right color paint. So I didn't have the problem before. When I have my regular lights on, I can see.
Okay. You know what? I'm just, yes, heater, we know you have things to say.
It's better. I mean, I did tell my heat off again
Yeah.
Sunday, right? So they came in, they did fix it, and the howl is, well, it stopped howling and then it cut off. once once it stopped howling, because it was getting a little bit quieter, a little bit quieter, a little bit quieter, because it was been going on since mid December. Well, it was
Yeah, I
going on,
remember.
so it got quieter. So I didn't call them because I'm like, okay, it's getting quieter. Maybe it'll work its way out. When it stopped, my heat
Mhm.
went out. It stopped working. So okay.
Oh, no.
So they came back, they went through a whole bunch of things. They got things back on. They figured out what the issue seems to be about why it cut off. But there is still like a little bit of your howling, whistling kicks on. But I'm hoping that that does go down, but the heat doesn't go off. So it's one of those kinds of
Mm.
things where it took several different people to work through the different possibilities as to what the issue was,
Right.
and it seems like they found what the issue was. So now I'm gonna see if having heat is more important than not having the howling. But
I
I'm
would think it would be.
yeah, yeah. But like I said, I am starting voiceover, like the auditioning for voiceovers. So I am doing a lot of record, and this is my workspace where my computer is, and so
Mhm.
I do when I'm recording, I do have to pause or cut. Mostly, I pause to let it make it self known,
Mhm.
and sometimes I have to cut it out if I didn't catch it fast enough. So it is annoying. It is annoying, and is a, so far I said, but it really is only at least during the season. And it's better than it was because when it first started howling, you could actually hear the house.
Oh
Yeah, I
gosh.
remember being outside once or twice. I'm like, the heck? Poor
Yeah,
neighbor.
that would. Oh no. I have ignored my tea. I'm sorry, tea.
I roasted a chicken. I spatchcocked it and
Ooh,
baked it.
very nice. I have not spatchcocked a bird yet.
Huh.
I was going to try it on a Thanksgiving turkey once, but it was too daunting. Because that was such a big bird. It was like a 14-pound bird. Um, I didn't think I was going to be able to get it right, so I didn't. It turned out okay because I used Alton Brown's method of roasting, of cooking turkeys.
I'm so glad he's back. I don't really watch him that often, but when I did watch his show. What was it called? The one that went
Good
into
eats.
Good Eats. I used to watch Good Eats, and he is back on YouTube.
Yes, I
With the
missed
show.
Good Eats though. That was fun.
It was fun
And now the stream will be demonetized. Why?
because
Why will this?
we mentioned his name. Oh, because of the term spatchcock.
Oh no. Well, darn it. All that money that we get from the stream,
Oh my
Kim,
god!
it's all gone now.
All that
Oh no.
all that wish monetization.
All that money. It's funny. Good one, Chris.
If we're monetized.
Wink.
Yeah, we do that on purpose because we don't want to be controlled. They control you through monetization. Lisa's like, like don't say it, don't say that. Don't put that out into the universe.
It is 2 minutes to 3 o'clock. I hope that there's people post to the showcase. I want to see things. I must see things. I need things to see.
And I am saying
Oh yeah,
either way.
you gotta feed my habit, man.
I think we already are.
You are?
Yeah, we're
How?
here. We're here. We're feeding our habits. Our crap.
Is anybody ever really here?
Is anybody really?
Is anybody ever really here? I mean, what is here? What is brain?
Brain
Brain.
and brain. Don't say no. That's a button that just it's like scratching the a dog right at the hip. My leg just starts kicking when you do that. So I have to stop that. Yeah, I have to overcome that because I okay. This is something about me that I am revealing. I When I learn a trigger, something that triggers me, I automatically work to prevent it. So now that I know, it was such a immediate reaction when you started saying brain that I couldn't help myself. I'm like, okay, now work on not having.
Or the one I used to have that I worked on, which was Now We're Cooking with Fire. I worked on getting rid of that because every time that I would finally something would work, and I would say, now we're I just it just was what came to my mind, and I worked on getting rid of that because that was like, yeah, silly.
I understand, but I dislike responding. And Chris was saying, "What even is here? What
What
even?
is
What even
what
is?"
is? Explain what here is. Is anybody ever really here?
The one thing I will, and if my sister ever watches this, she knows. Um, when I was a kid, really small child. I mean, I love my sister. Uh, so don't. So it's not like that. But when she's my older sister, and she used to tickle me, and she used to
Oh
tickle me.
yeah,
I told Lisa the story.
you told us. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, I don't know if I told the group. I don't know if I said it on stream. If I did, then I'm not.
that's fine. No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't want
I
to.
was
I don't
just
want
like,
to.
oh yeah. Repeat yourself. Do it.
That's one of
See,
the.
she's doing it even now. She's even doing it now with
See,
me.
like I told you,
Yeah,
I did it with my sister, so so I'm I'll
I'm
do it.
triggering her. I'm triggering Kim.
Um, but I will, since I started it, I will say, um, I was a small child. She used to play in roughhouse, and she would tickle me because I was very ticklish, and she a couple of times she tickled me until my nose bled, and I learned to turn off the impulse to be tickled. So I can be tickled if I allow myself. If I don't want to be tickled, you can't tickle me because I just shut it off. So I learned that because of that experience, and I really took it to heart because I do not like reacting without when I don't want to try my best.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Um, Cross, yeah, Pavlovian response irks me. The whole ding ding slobber slobber type responses in myself grate on my nerves. Exactly. I really dislike that. Respond. If I don't want to respond. Now that I have recognized that, because it took me so long to find people who like recognize that quote that when someone does or someone says it, I jump right in because it's very fulfilling. I'm sure I get a dopamine rush or something. But
I don't. I don't. I don't resist them unless they take over a particular response that could have other things. If that makes any sense. If the response could have, if I could have a different response, in other words, um, it doesn't it doesn't bother me too much. Um, but like the whole okay, we're cooking with fire thing, I could have many other responses to that. But to have the same one over and over again, it's kind of repetitive and boring. So that's why I try to get rid of that.
Chris, that is a weird social media turn of phrase that annoys me as much as people holding their tiny lavalier mics on camera between their thumb and forefinger just to signify how casual they are. You know the one that sort of, and again, I'm old, so it might be I just don't get it. The one where people hold a hairbrush or a pencil or something up in front of their face instead of a microphone. That I don't understand that either. That's another way that thing that sometimes is used instead of either holding a microphone or just having a microphone a on an arm or desk or something. Oh yeah, yeah. Gotten, and that might be what I'm talking about. Cross gotten past holding mics on camera, and holding a mic on camera is one thing, but I think like the little lab mics you're talking about. I've gotten past holding mics on camera, but I loathe it when they clip the mic to stuff, then hold that thing. I think that's probably
That's
what we're
funny. That's
talking
so
about.
dry.
That might be what I'm talking about, but I usually don't see the mic, so maybe that's it. It's clipped somewhere to the brush, and yeah, I don't understand that. But again, I'm old. I'm not saying they can't do it or shouldn't do it because it seems popular enough, and they have lots more views than I do. So obviously it works, and it might just be a thing that they that's something. Get off my lawn.
Get
But
off my social media lawn.
so, but I think it's time, Lisa,
It's time. It's time. I'm so excited.
to leave
No,
because yeah,
for the showcase.
no, we don't have a show.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
not excited then.
okay. Lisa is brokenhearted. She will live.
Oh well, it's true. I always have. I want to ask the stream. Did you guys enjoy last week? And if you did, would you like to do for us to do other techniques streams like that?
And that was
So
the different, yeah, showing different techniques. And I think you did mostly wood.
I think it was all wood. Which I
We,
think is okay to do just one type.
hmm
Um, but if we were to do, did you like us doing that? Would you um, want us to do more of those? I enjoy it personally. It were fun. So let
so
us know about that.
think about that. Definitely put information. Either comment after the stream is over in comments, or put it on Lisa's Discord.
Mhm.
And Lisa, did you put the Discord in the description?
I put it in not in the description of the actual YouTube video, but I did it on where I was marketing it.
Okay, because I did that on the one before, so I'm going to I'll copy and paste, so the Lisa's Discord and Carl's Discord and channel and my channel, I'm put in the description after the stream. So if you do want us to do more techniques and have a suggestion as to which one we do next, then
That would
put
be
it in
great.
there. Yeah, Chris is saying he
Yeah.
did like it, like folks techniques popular.
Mhm.
So yeah, so let us know. And Lisa, it's been a pleasure.
As always, Kim, it's been a pleasure with you and Carl for as long as he was here.
Thank,
Yes.
thank you everyone for and see I can only make myself big. So I apologize. Oh, it's what had bug.
Okay.
Chris, Operation Noir, IP I see RPG, Cyberpunk RPG thriller live play on Shadows of Arconia. Yep. Tales from the Backlog, Monday, January 26th at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Um, is the placard in the showcase from last week. We're seeing
My hair. My hair.
second. Is there anything else anyone wants to jump in? So if there's nothing else, I think that's it. Bye, Lisa. Bye, everybody. Thank you. you next week.